Hi, I'm Adam Roberts, and I'm here to talk to you today about chocolate chip cookies. I think people overcomplicate them. I think there's too many hard recipes out there that ask you to refrigerate the dough overnight, that have you roll everything into a log. I don't think you need to do any of that. My favorite recipe comes from the back in the day Bakery Cookbook by Cheryl and Griffith Day, and I actually love it so much that I printed it out and I always have it hanging on my refrigerator. So what do you need to make these chocolate chip cookies? So I think it's really important that you chop the chocolate yourself. That way you get chunks of chocolate and little shards. And so right here I have my beautiful chocolate bar, and I am going to use a very sharp knife, and we are going to chop it together. All right, now we're ready to start making the cookies. So we're gonna add the sugar to the butter. Okay, and now here's the second half of the brown sugar, and now we just need to add the vanilla. And this is my fancy vanilla bean paste, which is gonna give it a great flavor. This is ready to rock and roll, so let's start whirring that up. All right, now we're gonna add the eggs, one at a time. It's really important at this stage to scrape. I use a rubber red spatula. It doesn't have to be red, but you want to scrape down the bowl and make sure everything is incorporated. Hello there. So my friend Ben Mims taught me that when you measure flour for baking, you don't want to just to dip the scoop in and measure it that way. You actually want to use a spoon and then shake the flour into the measuring cup, and you'll get much lighter flour, and it will make your desserts that much lighter and more delicious. So we also added baking soda, and I added kosher salt, which I think is great. So that's our flour mixture. I'm just gonna stir that together. All right, so just do it on slow speed. Get that flour in. You don't want to overwork it though, because you'll develop the gluten. So just make sure most of the white goes away. And right when it gets to like this point, where it's starting to mostly come together, that's when, here's where I add all the chocolate that we chopped earlier. And you just quickly mix that in. And that's basically it. Okay, so we have cookie batter, and we have an ice cream scoop. This is an indispensable tool for making cookies. I love it. I think it's about a 1/4 cup. I don't know for sure. I've never measured it. It's really as simple as this. Let me lower the camera so you can see. All right, so we're just gonna go into here. We're gonna take a scoop of cookie, like that, and then we're just gonna put it on the cookie sheet. The other thing you want to do with these cookies is flatten them a little with your hand. Just flatten them a drop. It just helps them. And the real signature move is this is Fleur de sel. You see me? And I'm going to sprinkle them with a little Fleur de sel. That's Malden sea salt. So I've got this tray of chocolate chip cookies, and we are now taking them to the oven. All right, these are going in a 350 oven for about 15 to 17 minutes, but you really just have to look at them and check when they're done. So we'll come back to that in a moment. So it's time to check the cookies. It's not been the full 15 minutes, but I wanted to show you that these ones on this end look perfect already, but the ones on this end need a little work. Now some of them have puffed up, so I'm gonna do a trick that I learned from watching or reading Julia Moskin's column, and the trick is this. You just drop the tray and it flattens the cookies a little, and then I'm gonna just put them back in. All right, time to check again. These cookies are looking pretty fabulous. I'm going to take them out now. These are some pretty gorgeous chocolate chip cookies. So it's time to serve up the cookies. They're still a little warm, but that's the best. I'm gonna put this one on this plate and this one on this plate. I mean, look at these cookies. See the little salt on top? So, in conclusion, don't overcomplicate things. Chocolate chip cookies are a really fast thing to make. All you need is some good chocolate, mixer if you have one. You can use a hand mixer too. Brown sugar, eggs, butter at room temperature, and you're set. Bon appetit.